Hi, my name is Tricia Salmonson from Scentability in Tomahawk, Wisconsin, and the Handcrafted Soap and Cosmetics Guild. In this video, I'll be reviewing lye safety and how to mix your lye with your liquids for your soap making projects. First, we're going to talk about what is lye. Lye is the main ingredient when mixed with your water or liquid portion of your project that combines with the oils and butters in your soap that creates the chemical reaction of saponification. At the end of this reaction, your result will be soap. Lye is a common term for sodium hydroxide, which is used to make bar soap, and potassium hydroxide, which is used to make liquid soap. They're both very, very strong bases on the pH scale from 0 to 14. Both having a pH of about 14, the highest you can go. This means it's very caustic, it's corrosive, and can cause serious harm and injury and burns if it's not treated with the respect and carefulness that it warrants and deserves. This is one of the major reasons why handcrafters are reluctant and are afraid to use lye to make soap in their projects. However, that being said, if you employ simple safety measures, use the proper equipment, and pay attention to what you're doing and do that every time, lye can be easy to use and soap making can be a very fun project. First, we're going to talk about the safe handling and storage of your lye. You want to store it in a plastic container, airtight, so that it's not exposed to air. Lye is very hygroscopic, which means it will suck in any humidity or water out of the atmosphere and start that chemical reaction, which creates heat and hydrogen gases, and that can be explosive if it's in a tight container and can melt your plastic. You also want to keep a child-proof safety cap on top. You want to leave it up out of reach of children and pets. And once you have mixed your lye with your liquid, you do not want to leave it unattended unless it's sealed in a container out of reach where you cannot accidentally or someone else can accidentally tip it over, spill it, get it on themselves, etc. You also want to make sure it's clearly marked, that it's lye, that it's caustic, skull and crossbones on it if you have to, so that someone doesn't accidentally get into it thinking it's something that is not dangerous. Also, when mixing and storing your lye, you never ever want to mix it in a tin, zinc, or aluminum container or a bowl. Those metals react very violently with lye. They create lots of fumes and hydrogen gas and can be explosive. So those are the three things at least that you never want to come in contact with your lye: tin, zinc, and aluminum. When you're mixing your lye solution, you want to mix it in a plastic container that is thick enough and can withstand potential temperatures of greater than 200 degrees, the temperature of boiling water. To test this, you're going to use the container that you're intending to mix your lye with, boil some water in the microwave, and pour it in. If your container in any way warps, melts, leaks, or becomes flimsy, don't use that container and find something that's more sturdy, so that you don't have any accidents along the way. So now we're going to talk about supplies and equipment, safety equipment that we use when mixing our lye. There's many different things that you can do to help ensure that you don't have any accidents. First of all, you want to tie your hair back if you have long hair so that it doesn't accidentally get into your solution. You want to wear longer sleeves to cover as much skin as possible. You want to wear shoes and long pants to cover your feet and legs. You also want to wear a pair of goggles. There's many different kinds of goggles. It doesn't matter which ones, as long as they cover the whole eye area. You have the simple like industrial goggles. We have onion goggles. These are the ones that I prefer. You want to use a mask to cover your mouth and nose so that you don't inhale any fumes. You want to use gloves. There's many different kinds. You could use rubber gloves, like the dishwashing kind. You can use latex gloves, vinyl gloves, nitrile gloves. However, the food prep gloves, the very thin, flimsy, clear food prep gloves, you don't want to use because they're not really thick enough to kind of withstand the heat and reaction that the lye water can create. Once you have your safety equipment gathered, you want to make sure you're working in a well-ventilated area and you have no children, pets, or other outside distractions around that can increase your risk of having an accident or spill. Okay, now we'll put on our safety equipment and we will mix our lye water. Now, you want to measure out your lye in a separate container from your water. You would measure out the amount of lye on a scale. And then your water in a separate container. You want to use a utensil that can also handle the amount of heat and the chemical reaction of the lye. You always want to mix and pour your lye into your water. You want to remember it's lye water, so you mix your lye into your water. If you do it the other way around, there's a higher potential for splatters, splashes, and an increased risk of heat and volcano effect. So we have our lye and water pre-measured in separate containers. You're going to take your lye and mix it in with your water very slowly. You don't want to do it too fast, because if you do, you can cause a splatter. And if you work carefully and methodically, everything will turn out just fine. And you want to mix it gently with your spatula or your spoon. And as you mix it, it will be cloudy, but as it completely disintegrates and mixes with the water, it'll eventually turn clear. Now, as an example, I'm going to use my infrared thermometer to show you the temperature that this is. And right now it's at 200 and around 215 degrees. So it's very, very hot. Now, once your lye water is mixed, you're going to let it sit to the side to cool for a while, because right now it's over 200 and some degrees. You want to let it cool down to somewhere around 100 or so, room temperature, whatever your preference is or whatever your recipe calls for. Now, if you do happen to spill some of your lye water or get some of it onto your skin or the soap batter on your skin, it'll start to itch, maybe burn. What you want to do is flush with lots and lots and lots of water. some have in the past said to use vinegar because theoretically vinegar and a base such as sodium hydroxide will neutralize each other. But to get to that neutral state, a chemical reaction occurs where heat is produced. So if you do put vinegar on your skin to neutralize your lye, you're going to have not only a chemical burn, but then you're going to have a heat burn too. And we don't want to do that. So you're going to flush with lots and lots of water. Keep flushing with lots and lots of water. If you get it in your eyes or in your mouth, you want to flush those for at least 20 minutes. You also want to seek medical attention and call your Poison Control Center if you need any advice. The Poison Control Center number is 1-800-222-1222. So in conclusion, working with lye doesn't have to be scary as long as you adhere to some basic safety procedures, wear the proper equipment, and pay attention to what you're doing every single time you're mixing and working with your lye. Whether you're new to soap making or you have 20 or more years of soap making under your belt, safety procedures cannot be compromised. You need to do them every time. You need to adhere and pay attention every time you're mixing, because at any time an accident can happen. It doesn't always just happen to a newbie. So go out, have fun, and enjoy your soap making.